morning to all of you. So we start second day. The session. So I'll post the link. Again, I want people to download this link. It will be for you also to work along with me. And if you have any doubt, let me also. So I posted in the Google chat. Chat box. So please download and keep that file in front of you. So whenever I'm doing it, you must try to use it. So this is a kind of workshop. Means I want you people to hands-on experience. Like just sit for 2 hours, nothing you will get. So once you put your interest in that, then only it will be what and you also learn some things. Okay? I hope you I'll give 1 2 minutes time. People please download this. Okay? Just speak about what are the completing studies session. I'm going to shut up screen here. Jennifer, are you able to see my screen? place how much it's that. Have you included the labels? No, I have not included. Sometimes if I take like this, starting from percentage of marks, then I have to click like this. See, I'll show you that also. Now it is not required. If I select from here, from the percentage, hide and you can unhide. So many things are hidden, so I can unhide it. So now, all of you, please come to this page, correlation and regression. You learned in your college, if you people are BBA, BCom students, in first year you have basic business statistics, business mathematics. So there you might have learned this, or quantitative techniques you learned. Science students, BSc students, anyhow you have it. If you're BSc statistics, you have it in your syllabus only, because this is the important tool any layman, any common man, they use it in their business scenario. Correlation and regression. What do you mean by correlation? Correlation is the relation, the association between two or more variables. If I give you two variables, now you are interested to know whether these two variables are showing the relation or not. If I talk about height of students, weight of students, is there any relation? Obviously, as height increases, weight is also increasing. Production and demand. As the production increases, demand also increases. Correct now? Production and price. As production increases, price decreases. It is a negatively correlation. So to know about, here I have given an example for speed and distance. As speed increases, distance also, you can cover more distance. So it is positively correlation. So correlation means what? The relation between two variables. What do you mean by regression? Regression means, suppose you know that this is the data given. Two variables are correlated each other. Now, what would be the distance? What would be the distance? What would be the distance if the speed is 25 km per hour? 25 km per hour. Identifying the unknown value with the help of known values. Known values matlab only not only 25. All this and 25. With the help of these values and this 25, you need to calculate what is the distance when the speed is 25. So what is helping you to calculate? This data is helping you to calculate. There's a simple way I'm telling you. It is a regression. Okay, fine. Now I'll do Control Z. I don't want this coloring at all. I'll remove this also. Fine. Now, how do I find correlation? See, correlation can be positive, negative, or non-correlation. If there is no relation, then it is no correlation. If I say I have 1 month ka temperature, okay, 1 month ka temperature is day-to-day daily temperature I have. Similarly, I have 1 month ka value of money. Value of money I have. Do you think is there any relation between temperature and value of money? No, not at all. There is no relation between these two variables. Whatever may be the temperature, the value of money is not at all depending on the temperature at all. So that time we say these two variables are non-correlated. They are not correlated. They are not correlated. If as one increasing, other is also increasing, positive. If one decreasing, other is also decreasing, then positive only. But both the variables are moving in the opposite direction, then it is called as negative correlation. Let us take now. Same tool I am using. Go to data analysis. Go to data tab. There are so many terms are here in the tab. Home, insert, page layout, formulas. Click this data. Click this data. Okay. Now, when you click this data, you can see data analysis like earlier. Select this. And fourth one is correlation. Sheet on it. I'll select this. You click the cursor here, keep the cursor here. Now I want answer in E column first row. So that is fixed here. E column first row. Say OK. Home correlated. See, distance speed minus 0.072, minus 0.07. See, if in exam and all you will take some time to do that. The formula is there. So we use to calculate the x values. That means y is independent, x is dependent. Y is predicting, x is responding. So that is regression equation of x on y. So next one is regression equation of the two. Anything you can find. Regression equation of y on x. Y on x. Here you are calculating y with the help of x. That means what would be the distance, what would be the speed when the distance covered is supposed to be 20. You got it? Either you calculate speed with the help of distance or you calculate distance with the help of speed. So anything is, both the things is possible in this regression equation. Now I will take speed is the independent variable, distance is the dependent variable. I'll take it in that way, y and x. Okay, let it be, no problem. Now, same thing, go to data tab, select this data analysis tool, come down, you can see here regression. Can you see here? Regression term is visible here. Regression. Click that regression and say okay. Okay. Now it is asking input y range. Now distance, I'll call this as x, this is y. Okay. So input y range means I have to select this distance. That is my y value, and x speed is my x value. Speed is my, yes, I have included the label. Click that x. Now where do you want the output? Where do you want the output? I want output in this cell where I want it in 15th row and E column. I want 15th row and E column. Click that one. Fix that. $E, $15. I fix it. Now it is do you want residual? Do you want residual plots? All those things are asking. If you want the linear graph, you can click this probability plot also. Anything you can. Right now I want only regression. I'll stick to this. Okay. See. This is here. So here, what is the y on x? In y on x we are using two regression coefficients, bxy and byx. So that is the interceptor, that is 14.0368 and speed equal to 0.12771. That means that is the other value. If you want me to write in the formula, then it is y is equal to, what is y on x formula? Y is equal to 14.0368 yes plus, not plus, minus 0.12771. This is your regression equation of y on x. With the help of this coefficient, you can create the regression equation of y on x. Okay? Now this R-square talks about how nicely this model, this data fit to the model. Not much because it is 0.005. If this R-square value comes 0.9, 0.8 and all, then it is perfectly positively correlated, and you can get that this given data is fitting the model appropriately. But here it is 0.005, very less, so it is not fitting the data properly. This is now not required, ANOVA and all that we will learn 8 minus 0.12771. In case you want X on Y, then what you need to do, when you click this data, data analysis, regression you do, Y rate, instead of giving distance, you should use Y is equal to speed. When you give Y is equal to speed and X is equal to distance, interchange, then you will get regression equation of X on Y. So I'll leave it to you as assignment. Try that. Got it? So that is about the regression. So correlation and regression you learned how to do in one go. Okay, fine. Now we'll move on to binomial. In probability, the theoretical distribution says the important two discrete distributions are binomial and Poisson, whereas the continuous distribution is the normal distribution. So binomial distribution means, as the name says, by. Whenever the output is having only two options, we go for the binomial distribution. For example, now, in a class, 30% are girls. In a class, 30% are girls. Randomly picked 10 students. What is the probability that 3 are girls? Simple question. When any third person hear this question of how it is possible, entire class 30% students are there. Okay, fine, 30% girls are there, 70% boys are there. So randomly I will pick 10 students. Now ma'am is asking, out of 10, what is the probability of getting 3 girls or 7 boys or 4 girls, 6 boys? How it is possible? Yes, it is the beauty of binomial distribution. We can solve this one because either it is boys or girls. Only two. Probability of success, probability of failure. Okay. My question is what? In a class, there are 40% girls are there. In a class, there are 40% girls are there. Okay. Obviously, how many boys are there then? 60% are the boys. 60% are the boys are there. Now, 40% are girls. If randomly, if you pick one, I'll go for the less number of value. If I pick randomly 6 students, I picked 6 students. Now, what is the probability that 3 are girls? 3 are girls. 3 are girls. 3 nahi, it becomes same. 3 plus 3, 6 equal 2. 2 are girls. The probability that 2 are girls. In a class, 40% girls are there, 60% boys are there. If you randomly pick 6 students, what's the probability that 2 are girls? Okay. Now, how do I solve this? In mathematics, you write what is n, what is p, what is x, then NCX, p power x, q power n minus x. That formula you use. But here in the system, within a second we can do that. N, trial. How many students you are picking? You are picking 6 students. Probability of success. My question is what? My question is, what is the probability of 2 girls? So I am interested on picking girls. So my success is girls only 40%. 0.4. P is equal to 0.4. Now, what do you want? What is the probability that selecting 2 girls? In case if I am interested 0 girl, or if I am interested 1 girl, 2 girl, 3 girl, 4 girl, something like that. So I am interested 2 girls, exactly 2 girls. What is the probability of selecting 2 girls? So how do I do? Equal to, you go for binomial distribution. See, can you see here? 4th option, BINOM, binomial distribution. Click this. Number is asking you numbers. Numbers what? 2. Numbers you want 2 girls, comma, trials. Trials is 6. Correct? How many trials? How many students you pick? N is equal to what? N is equal to 6 here. So N equal to, I'll select this cell, comma, probability. What's the probability? Probability is 0.4, comma, cumulative. You want maximum 2 girls or exactly 2 girls? If you want maximum 2 girls means 0 girl is allowed, 1 girl is allowed, 2 girls. That's a cumulative. That time we write 2. Now I don't want cumulative. I want exactly 2 girls. So I will write for. binomial distribution. Number is 2 only, trials, seats. I'm selecting the cell here. Instead of that, you can write numbers also. You can write 2, 6, 0.4. That is also allowed. You need not go for the cell reference only. You can write the numbers also. It will give you the proper answer. Probability 0.4, now I want less than or equal to 2 means I need to add 0, 1, 2. So what I do is I will write 2, DRUE, close the bracket. Now it will take the sum of that. It is added 0, 1, 2, all together it is 0.5443. P of x equal to 0 plus P of x equal to 1, P of x equal to 2, all together it is 0.5443. And what is this answer? It is exactly 2. So P of x equal to 2 means 0.31104. 0.31104. Whereas probability that x less than 2 means, what is that? That is nothing but P of, open the bracket, x equal to 0 plus P of x equal to 1 plus P of x equal to 2. P of x equal to 0, P of x equal to 1, P of x equal to 2. That is same as 0.5443. Whenever you want exact number, the cumulative, you have to write false. You want the sum of that, you need to write the true. Okay. So this is about the binomial answers. Now same thing will come to the Poisson probability. You know Poisson probability, e power minus lambda, lambda or m to the power x by x factorial, where lambda is mean of the distribution. Whenever n goes to large and p goes to very small, the binomial is limiting form of the binomial is nothing but the Poisson distribution. Let me take m is equal to 3 here. Let me take m is equal to 3 here. The average of the given set of values are 3. Then what is the value for x equal to 0 or x equal to 1? Okay. X equal to 1, x equal to 2. If you wanted to find, then very simple, same like the earlier one, Poisson distribution. Every command is available in Excel. Actually, what I say no, rather than this SAS, SPSS, other, as a student, that is required. I am not denying that you need not learn SPSS. That is required when you go to the PG level, when you go to MPhil, PhD and all. No? That time you need to work on this SPS. But right now, you should be very well versed in Excel. And one more thing, if you are good in Excel, easily you can do the remaining software also. Okay. So 90% of what all is there in SPSS, SAS and all, no? It is available in Excel. Excel is really, it is ocean, so many things are there. Okay. Now, Poisson distribution. Now see that x is equal to 0, mean. You see the syntax that itself is saying mean. What is mean? Mean is equal to this cell 3, cumulative. Here also you want less than or equal to 0, something like that. I want false. I want exactly equal to 0. Close the bracket, equal 0.049787. If you don't want these many digits, you can go to home and you can reduce the digits. You can keep only 3 digits or 2 digits. You can keep 2 digits. If you want to increase, you can go like this. See, this is the way you can continue. Okay? Fine. So like that you can find for 2, 3, any values you can find. Now, I'll move on to the normal probability. Normal distribution is one of the continuous distribution with the mean and standard deviation. Normal distribution always follows mean with mean, mu and variance sigma square. For example, I can say that there are 100 students are there in Google Meet. Their average IQ is 110. All 100 students they are attending this seminar workshop, their IQ level is 110. Now, I want to find what is the probability lakh. Okay. How many students out of now? How many are there? 94 are there. So 94 including me and presentation 92. In 92 students, the average IQ is 110. How many students IQ is more than 90? When you hear this one, you think how to find? I have the average. I don't have individual students IQ. If I have individual students IQ, then I can see how many of them are more than 90. I don't have individual. I have average IQ is 90. With average IQ is 110. With the help of that 110, how do I find more than 90? How many people are there? Yes, it is possible in, It is possible in normal distribution. How it is? See, take this one. Let me take the average IQ of students is 110. Okay. Now, standard deviation, if I take 1/6, I'll take randomly. Now, X. I want to see how many students is having out of total number of students. Let's write total number of students. I'm having 92. Now, X. Okay. Now, here, I want to find more than 90. No, I write 90 here, more than 90. Now, here, equal normal distribution. Click that normal distribution. Where it is normal distribution? Yeah, first one. Okay. Normal distribution, double click. It's asking X. X equal to 90. More than 90 I want. More than 90 means cumulative again. Okay. Comma. Mean. Mean is equal to 110. Comma. Standard deviation 6. Comma. I have to write 2 because I want all that. 2. False means 2 means cumulative. Yes. Here. It is more than 90. 0.00042. Very less. So it is ulta. This values gives 0 to 90. But I am interested more than 90. So 1 minus you have to do. You have to do 1 minus, equal to 1 minus this. So that is because 110. I did not put that. Okay. Bracket is not required. So this is the probability. Okay. So like this, you can find the normal probability value. If you want less than, you can do that also. If you want in between, that also it is possible. In between means larger value minus lower than. That you can find it by using the normal probabilities values. Okay. Now, let us move on to next one, either Z test or T test. Testing of hypothesis. You are using in your project work testing of hypothesis. So when we use Z test, when we use T test, whenever the sample size is more than 30, then we call it as large sample test. When it is less than 30, we go for small sample test. Okay. This is one example I have considered here. Test to determine at alpha is equal to 0.05 whether the population mean age is significantly greater than 20 for the given following ages. So it is given age. Age is given. So you need to find age is significantly greater than 20. So alternative hypothesis is what? I have to set the null hypothesis H naught. H naught. What is H naught? There is the mu. The mean age is greater than, so less than or equal to, less than or equal to 20. What is my H1? Alternative hypothesis. H1, the mean age is greater than 20. So I have, it is one-sided test because it is greater than one-sided test. Mean age is less than or equal to 20, mean age is greater than 20. Fine. Now, since I have how many values here? I have only 18 values. So I'll go for the t test. If you have more number of values, more than 30 values, you go for the z test. Okay. Now I'm going for this t test. Now you may think, ma'am, why you written one more column here, dummy 000? Because in this data analysis part tool, we don't have t-test for single variable. See, t-test, paired observation. We are not using paired observation means x and y are dependent. Before coaching, after coaching. Before diet, after diet. So that kind of things. The x and y are depending on each other. We go for the paired test. Now this is not paired test. And two sample assuming equal variance. No, there is no variance is known to us. Sample assuming unequal variance. That means we don't know about the variance. I have to select this one. But it is saying two sample. It is saying two sample. I have only one sample. I just created one dummy variable, dummy 002 values I put only for the calculation purpose. Later we can remove it. Okay. Now, okay. You click okay. Click okay. Now it's asking variable one range. Okay. Let me take age. Till the last I will select. Fine. Variable second range. Dummy to here I will take. Fine. Whether I have included label here? Yes, I have included label here. Now alpha is equal to 0.7. Hypothesized mean difference. Difference is 20 minus 0. I can say 20 here. The second one mean is equal to 0. So 20 minus 0 is equal to 20. From where I got this 20? It is given in the question only. See, age is significantly greater than 20 for the given following ages. Now output range. Where do you want the output range? I want output range in the same sheet. I'll put it here. 8th row, A column. This is my answer destination. I want answer to be highlighted in this position. Now say OK. It's calculating. Yes. See, in one click you got the t variable. This is the output. Mean of age is this. Variance is this. Dummy, anyhow, you can omit it. It is not required actually. I have just taken this for the calculation purpose. You can clear it out. Here, or no need. Only this is enough. This is t-test for the single mean. Variance, observation, 18 observations are there. Different. This is also you can omit. Because we are not doing the double. We are doing the single. You can go here and clear out. Not degrees of freedom. You know, number of independent variables, n minus 1. 18 minus 1 is equal to 17. What is the t statistical value? T statistic. This is the final answer. This is the calculated value. You know, t calculated value. T calculated value. Now, p value, one tail. We don't want this. We are not using the two tail. We are using the one tail. You can just cut it out. We don't want it. Okay, I'll just change the color. Now, one tail test, 1.73. Calculated value for 5% level, 1.71. Table value, 1.739. So, calculated value is lesser than the table value. T calculated value, T table value. This is the T table value. If you use the table, you will get the same figure, 1.73. Okay, for the one tail test. Table value. Now what is the conclusion? Conclusion is, can anyone tell me what the conclusion you always follow in the hypothesis? Statistics students, anybody is there? Anyone of you? Statistics students. What is the conclusion for the calculated value and table value? If it is wrong, doesn't matter. But I want you people to answer. It has become monotonous. I am only gone. See, workshop means it should be interaction. You should ask me questions. You are not asking me any questions. Don't know. You did study. Science students. follow me or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So the conclusion comes if calculated value greater than table value, we reject the hypothesis. We reject H naught. We reject H naught. Always, or else accept. Now you see, calculated value is 1.71. Table value is 1.73. So we are not rejecting, we are accepting. If the calculated value is less than the table value, we accept the null hypothesis. Even you can calculate by using the p-value also. If the p-value is less than the level of significance, we accept. So if the p-value is greater than the level of significance, we accept. So 0.0521 is that is greater than 0.05. So we accept. Okay, this is about the p-values. Now we'll move on to chi-square test. It is very much important. Chi-square and ANOVA. I want you people to concentrate properly. Okay. See here. When we use the this is one of the non-parametric tests. When we use chi-square test, when the given two variables are categorical data, it is not in terms of quantitative. It is in quantitative, then we go for always parametric test. When the two variables are non-parametric test, I mean those two are not a quantitative values, then it is a categorical data. It is attributes. To measure, to do the analysis of the categorical data, to find the association between two categorical data, we always go for this chi-square test. Okay. Now I have taken an example, like a survey of 32 students is conducted to know whether the online education system is effective or not. When a survey of 32 students is conducted to know whether the online education system is effective or not. If they say it is effective, I have given the name as yes. If they say it is not effective, I concluded as no. So like that, I have taken 132 students based on their gender. So I asked student, one boy, I asked what is your opinion about the online education system. He says yes, it is effective. Second boy, yes. Third boy, yes. Fourth girl, yes. Fifth girl, yes. Sixth girl, no. So like that, 32 students and their opinion has been collected. Now, what is your question, Is there any association between the gender and the opinion on online education system? Is there any relation between the gender and the online education system? Opinion on online education. Sometimes we say boys are very careless. They will say yes, ma'am. Everything they say yes. No, that's not like that. You need to do the analysis and you have to get to know that. This is randomly I had taken up. I don't know what kind of output we get. Okay. Is there any association between gender and opinion on online education system? Now for the chi-square test, I have to set two hypotheses. One is null hypothesis, one is alternative hypothesis. What are null hypothesis? The given two attributes, which are the two attributes here? Gender and opinion on the education system are independent. They are not related to each other. There is no association between these two variables. H1 means yes, there is a relation between gender and opinion on online educational system. They are dependent on each other. So I made two hypotheses here. Okay. Now, in chi-square, we should always have the cross table or contingency table. I don't have contingency table here. I have to create the contingency table. There are two options. One is I have to manually create, one automatically I can get it done by using the pivot table. So how it is, you select this. I'm making the categorical data now. You select entire people are neutral. They say, okay, anything is okay. Whether it is online system is there, we are okay. If it is not there, so that's why I put the neutral. There are some students, they are neutral about the online education system. I've selected this. Now, how do I create the cross table? You select that entire data, gender, opinion, till the down you select this, go to this insert button, go to this insert tab. Okay, one second. Now, go to this insert tab and click this pivot table. Click this pivot table. Right? Pivot table is, you will get one screen. It talks about create pivot table. The range is already selected. You need not do anything. Range is because after selecting the range only, I click the pivot table. So already it is showing here. Now you want it in the same sheet, existing worksheet, or you want it in separate. Let me go to separate because there is no space I'm filling here. I'll go to new, existing, no, new worksheet. Okay, let me go to new worksheet. I'll click here, new worksheet, and I say okay. Automatically one more sheet will be created and this table fields are available here. So this is the pivot table format. Now there are two variables are there. One is attributes are there. One is gender, one is opinion. I want gender in the row wise. Male and female should come in the row wise. So I'll select this and drop it in the rows. Okay, so here you can see that row labels, female and male. Now opinion, I'll put it in the column. Opinion, neutral, no, yes. Can you see that? Neutral, no, and yes. Now, you need to take the total of that. There is an option. You can bring it gender also here. You can bring opinion also here in the summation values. Anything can be bring it down. I'll bring this gender. This is the over. This is your cross table. Contingency table of what? Contingency table of chi-square distribution. Within a minute, you got all the 32 students' responses in a contingency table. There are how many female are there? 17 females. How many males are there? 15. And how many of them are saying neutral? 4. No, 14 students. Yes, also 14 students. Control C. I'll bring it back to my chi-square table. Okay, chi-square test. I'll copy this, not formula, only values. Values means how do I do? You click this, right click, and here second one, 1, 2, 3, no, value. Click that value. Okay, so this is my observed data, observed frequency, observed values. Okay, now column labels not required. And print it here. Observed values. I'll just put it in a proper table so that let it look very neatly. Merge, alignment. So, Control Z. I wanted to do it like this. This is my observed values. Merge, and I don't want that color. Look, and this is gender, and slash opinion. So male and female are there. Neutral, no, yes are there. So these are the different responses from the paper. Okay. So now this is your observed data table. Is the observed value. Now you need to find, in chi-square statistic, the formula is what I have written here. Summation OI minus EI whole square divided by EI. O stands for observed value. E stands for expected value. So now I have to find the expected values. Observed values formula is what? Expected value is equal to row total into column total of that particular cell. Put it in bracket. Row total into column total. Put it in bracket. Divided by grand total. So this is the expected value formula. How it is? I'll put it in the merge one color. So expected value is equal to row total into column total divided by grand total. So I need to find the expected frequency now. So what I do is Control C and do once again Control V. Okay, Control C, Control V. Now I'll just remove this expected frequencies. I don't want this. Sorry. Control Z. I want the total. I don't want the frequencies. I don't want the values. Total I want. Now for this cell, I have to find the expected frequency. Row total, it is 17. Okay. I'll open the bracket. Open the bracket. Row total, in that particular row, total is 17 into column total, that is this, close the bracket, divided by this one, 32. 2.125. You need not do, let me do this mail I will do. Mail, once again, open the bracket, 15 row total into column total is this only, close the bracket, divided by grand total 1.875. Okay, now you need not do for this no and yes, you can drag it down, but you did not fix the value. You have to fix the value. How it is? See here, in the next one, 17 into 14. 17 should be fixed. So that means H I have to fix it. I'll twist F4. Can you see that? What did I do? See here, in this no, in this place, sorry, yeah, in this place, 17 into 14 divided by 32 is supposed to come. Now, I did not, because here it is only 2, I can do that. But you think about, always you have to use the smart keys only. Here, it is same as, if I drag it, it will take 17 into 4 only. I don't want that. I want 14 here. Second space with 14, but this should be common. It cannot move to the next. Next one is blank here. So I have to fix this 17. How do I fix this 17? You go H18 and click F4. That is fixed. Even the grand total 32 is also to be fixed. So H20 also I will keep the cursor in between anywhere, then type F4. Or else you have to bring the cursor left side, put dollar. After the alphabet, put dollar. This is a tedious job. So what you can do is keep the cursor, press smart key, F4. So automatically it is done. Now click it. Now you drag it here. Plus mark you can see, drag it here. Similarly, 1.87 you have to fix the values now. So H19 you fix it, F4, and H20 also you fix it. It is a constant value. That will not fix
it once more, ma'am.
Yeah, one second. Done. Now see guys, I'll remove this also. I'll remove this once again and tell you. This is nothing but row into column divided by grand total. Row is 17, so it is equal to 17, that cell, into this, close the bracket, I'll keep the open the bracket also here, divided
divided by grand total. Fine. Now you cannot drag directly to the left side for the remaining cells. The reason is, see, I'll show you what happens. If I drag it now, it shows like this. Why it is showing like this is, you click here and see the formula. I18 is where? I18, it is going to the next, it is going to here, I. When you are coming to one step right side, this is also going to one step right side. But nothing is there. No, that's why it is not giving you the answer. You want 17 to be fixed. Only 14. When the second value, here it was E18. Now it is F. I agree. That is correct. But this 17 should be constant. For that, what you should do is, here you have to keep this H18. Keep the cursor somewhere here. Anywhere you can keep. H18 is there. Anywhere you keep. And press F4. See here. Now before H1 dollar has come. After H1 more dollar has come. Okay. See here. Before H1 dollar is there. After H1 more dollar is there. So now you drag it down. That means that value is fixed. Even though you have to fix this grand total also, 32. That also to be fixed. That is called as what is that? Absolute reference. Absolute reference. Okay. So H20. Here also you keep this F4. That is fixed. Okay. Now you click it. So when you drag it now, those two values are fixed here. Now you can see that. Now you have to check whether you have done it correct or not. Take the total. Total is coming 17. Can you see it down? Yeah, you are correct. Your answer is correct. Similarly here, 1.875. Drag it here. No, the reason is I have not fixed it. I have to fix the value 15 constant. When I come here, it should be 15 into 40. When I come here, it should be 15 into 40. And 32 also constant. Only that 14 should change. Okay. So what I should do is H19, I will keep fixed. That cell, H20 also I fix. Now you see my formula. H19 is fixed as well as H20 is also fixed. 15 and 20 is fixed. Now I take this and drag it to the last. Done. Now you take the sum of this, select all these three, 15. Yes, 15. It is done. Similarly, you take the column total, 2.125, 1.875. Total it, see here down, it is 4. Total this no, 7.4375, 6.56. Yes, total is 40. This is also 40. Got it? So this is the way you can find the chi-square ka expected frequencies. Now, see, actually to obtain this chi-square ka calculated value, there is no shortcut smart keys. You can do manually, or else based on the p values, you can give the conclusion. Anything is okay. Nowadays, based on the p values only, conclusion will be given. Statistics values people will not calculate. But if you want, you can calculate that also. You can calculate that also. So I'll show you that also here. See here, Control C, Control V. This is not observed value. This is expected value. This is expected values. This is expected values. And this is chi-square values. Chi-square values. This is chi-square values. Okay. Now I have to calculate these things. For each values I have to calculate. What the formula you know? Formula is summation OI minus EI, observed value minus expected value, its square divided by EI. That is individual cell ka you will find the chi-square. Then you take the sum of all individual values. That will give you the total chi-square statistic. Now you need to do OI minus EI whole square divided by I. OI minus EI whole square. See here, come to this cell. I'll break it, go one step up. formula you see. X. Yeah. Control Z. This is my formula. Summation OI minus EI whole square by EI. So what is OI equal to? Square is there, so I will write power. You can do square also, power of number. Number is what? Open once again, open the brackets. OI minus EI, close the bracket, comma, OI minus EI, comma 2. OI minus EI whole square, close the bracket. Now, what is that? One more. Divided by EI. I did OI minus EI whole square. Power of this, comma 2 means it's a square. Okay. Divided by EI. EI is equal to what? Again, this one, E17. Close the bracket. Something double formula I put, I believe. Wait 1 second. Equal to power. Let me do once again. Power. Number is, open the bracket. OI minus corresponding EI. I'll close the bracket, comma, OI minus EI, comma, 2 divided by, power is over now, divided by EI. EI is 2.125. So 0.36029,418. I don't want these many digits. I'll reduce. I'll keep only 4 digits. 0.3603. Now you can track it because no, here you need not fix anything. When you take this value should go along with it. When you take this value. So no need to fix anything here. Directly you can bring it. Same thing, you can bring it down. So that also will work. Then you drag it to the other side. Now you take the total of that. What's the total? This plus this plus 1 point. Same thing, you down here. Then sum of these two. Go to the auto sum. This is your chi-square statistic. This is your chi-square statistic. 3.1731. 3.1731. Okay, this I manually did because in the data analysis tool it is not available. They are giving the conclusion based on the p-values. Right? Now, let us go to this data analysis now. Come to the conclusion. Data analysis. Where is chi-square? Where you can see chi-square test. Okay, it is not here. I will do one thing. I'll click that. That doesn't matter. Okay. Now, I want chi-square value here. Equal chi-square distribution. Chi-square. Can you see chi-square distribution here? Chi-square distribution. Double click. It's asking X. X is OI. Wait. Chi-square distribution. Chi-square probability, that is a calculated value. Chi-square test, actual range and expected range. Like that you get the answer. Chi-square test gives actual range. Actual range is what? Actual range is this. Okay, is the actual range. Comma. Now it is asking expected range. This is your expected range. Don't take total. You need to take only the 6 values. Okay, close the bracket. This is your expect p-values. Okay, 0.2046. This is the p-value. quantity. What is the level of significance I considered? I considered 0.05, comma, degrees of freedom. You know, in case of chi-square test of independence of attributes, the degrees of freedom will be R minus 1 into C minus 1. R stands for number of rows, C stands for number of columns. R minus 1 into C minus 1. So how many rows are there? Male and female, only 2. How many columns are there? 3 columns. Neutral? No. Yes. So 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. 2 into 1 is equal to 2. So degrees of freedom will be 2 here. Close the bracket. You will get the table value. This is chi-square table value. Chi-square table value. What is statistics? Calculated value, you calculated value. You just obtained now 3.1731. 3.1731. That is the table value, calculated value. What is the level of significance? LOS, level of significance. Level of significance, 0.05. 0.05, sorry. I have taken 0.05 as the probability, 0.05. So this is your conclusion here now. This is your conclusion. P-value is this. Calculated value is this. Table value is this. Calculated value is greater than table value. Calculated value is greater than table value. We reject the hypothesis. That means we reject the hypothesis means we accept the alternative hypothesis. Calculated value is coming how much? 3.1731. The table value is coming 0.1025. So it is reject. We conclusion. We reject the hypothesis. That means gender and opinion on online education is not associated with each other. I reject means I accept the alternative hypothesis. No, they are dependent. Sorry, we reject the null hypothesis. That means they are dependent. The gender and opinion on online education is associated. Is as per my data. It is not. I am telling you in general. As per my data, the data what I collected, that says that they are associated each other. Could be girls are having online education is not good. Boys are saying online education is good. So this is what we can obtain the chi-square table. See, I'll tell you those are doing in final year UG students. In the final year, you have a project. So don't always go for this chart kind of percentage analysis. You know that chart, you do the bar diagram, pie chart. That is very simple. Anyone can. That's why I didn't cover in my workshop also that topic, because any small kids, if you go and ask the high school students, they know how to do the chart in Excel. So that analysis will not give you the purpose. So if you're doing any kind of analysis for your project, you take the secondary data or primary data, you attach some hypothesis on that, and then you get the conclusion. The hypothesis, objective, statement of the problem, all those things you include. Later you include the hypothesis. What is your hypothesis? That is based on your objectives. Okay. So use this chi-square test, t-test. Now let us go to the this one. ANOVA test. Okay. Now see, when we use ANOVA test actually, ANOVA test will be taken when you need to find the significance of more than two variables. For single variable, for two variable, we use either Z test or T test. For single variable, either we use T test or Z test. But there is a case you may need to test more than two variables. In such cases, we go for analysis of variance. See, I have taken an example here. The following data gives monthly sales of product in thousands from three cities subjected to different promotional campaigns. City A is subjected to newspaper advertising, city B with hoardings, and city C with the point of sales. So these values are given. The sales is given in city A, city B, city C based on the promotion they have done on these parts. Now, before the campaign, average sales in three cities were same. Now the question is there any significant difference in the average sales as a result of different promotional campaigns? So you have done the campaigns on different areas, different components by using different components, newspaper advertising, hoardings advertising, displaying the hoardings and doing the more sales and all. So you have done a kind of campaign. So after this promotional activities, whether the sales are increased or how is the status of that. So here you have more than two cities. So to test is there any significant difference? No. So you have the three variables. So what is your null hypothesis? H naught. There is no significant difference between sales in three cities. H1, reverse of that. You know how to write H1. I won't take much time. So that is about the H1. Sales in three cities. H1, there is significant difference between sales in three cities after this promotional activities. Now see, if we are solving this problem by using calculator manually, it will take minimum of 10 to 15 minutes. 10 minutes pakka it requires for all the students again. But here you see that how I am doing. You go to this data table, click this data analysis, क्या हुआ? Click this data analysis. Now go to top, you can see ANOVA single factor. You can do ANOVA double factor also. I have taken only single now, ANOVA single factor. It's asking you the input range. Okay, I'll give city A, city B, city C. It is in column wise. I have given. It is in column wise. Labels in the first row. Is it included labels? Yes, is included. What is alpha by default? It is given 0.05. If you want, you can change or you can leave it as it is. I am leaving this as 0.051. Now output range, where you want. You want in the new worksheet? No. Let me do it in this sheet only. So I'll click the kth column. Sorry, I have to click this cursor here. Kth column and 9th row. I click here. Now say OK. In 1 second, you got entire table. There are how many values are there? City A में 4 values, city B 4 values, city C 4 values. What is the total of city A, city B, city C? 92, 72 and 100. 92, 72 and 100. I'll give this color. Okay, now what is the average of city A, city B and city C? It is 23, 18 and 25. What is the variance? 5. Now, between the sample, within the samples. You know this ANOVA concept. I am not going to teach you the theory part today. Between the groups, within the group. Sum of square. SS stands for those who learned already. This, no, they know that. What is sum of square? Sum of square between the groups, that's the treatment square and error sum of square. So 104 and 72. You do manually, you cross check it if you want. Okay? Now take a subtract. 3, how many cities are there? 3 cities. 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. Totally how many values are there? 12. 12 minus 1 is equal to 11. So total is 11. One of the value is 2, other will be 9. Now you find mean sum of square. Mean sum of square is equal to sum of square divided by its degrees of freedom. 104 divided by 2 is equal to 52. 72 divided by n is equal to 8. So the F calculated value is equal to 6.5. F table value is equal to 4.25 for the degrees of freedom 2, 9. So calculated value greater than table value, we reject the hypothesis, we accept the, where is that? Yeah, we accept the alternative hypothesis. That means there is significant difference between the sales in 3 cities. Okay, so in one way only using p value also you can give, using, because I always prefer to give calculated value, table value. That is a traditional way of giving, and it is more approximate compared to the p value. So this is, will stick to that. Calculated value is greater than table value. We can get the conclusion that we reject the hypothesis, we accept the alternative hypothesis. That means there is secret. I'll write here. Control C. What's the conclusion? Conclusion. Control C. And remove this no. Okay. Now done. Now done. So this is my conclusion here. See, it is like a crazy. Once you start learning in Excel, no, you feel like to learn so many new things. You think, okay, let me go for that. Let me go for this. So it is never ending and very interesting also. But the only thing is, you should start. You should start. If you don't start, if you don't initiate, then it is not possible. You should initiate your work. So conclusion is, there is significant difference between sales in 3 cities. Difference between average sales. Sorry, it is mean sales. It should be mean sales. Average sales. Sales, obviously it will be there. Between average sales. Difference between average sales in 3 cities. Average sales in 3 cities. Okay, so this is all about NOR. Now, I just wanted to teach you something about data validation and conditional formatting, because it is more important for the data analysis. Conditional formatting. See here, I have taken, Mohana ma'am, are you there? Jennifer, how much extra time I have? Jennifer, any idea, ma'am?
Enough, ma'am.
And she comes back and finish this. Okay. Now see here, conditional formatting. I have taken some data of nearly 12 students. Their roll numbers are there, their names are there, what all language they have taken in their college level, whether it is Kannada, Hindi, I can replace. Now you see here, I'll replace Kannada with Tamil. How to replace Tamil, Kannada with Tamil? You know, there is an option called, see here, replace. Can you see here? Replace. Before that, I have to select the range. I'll select this. I'll select this. I'll select and I'll go to this column, replace. Find what? Find Kannada. Replace with what? You have to replace with Tamil. Replace all. See, automatically 7 replacement happen. In one go, all the replace happen. Where all Kannada was there, it has become now Tamil. You got it? So this is the way we can change the replace, find and replace options. Okay. Now see here, this is subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4, subject 5, subject 6, and then percentage marks is given. Now, I would like to know that how many students they are having more than 90%. How many?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma, Jennifer.
You can take up till 11:15.
Okay. is my question? I want to see that it's very interesting, students. Please see. I want to see that how many of them are having more than 90%. Okay. Now what I do, I'll go to condition formatting. Here, highlight cells to greater than. Click this. You have so many options. Greater than, less than, between, equal to, text that contains date of offering, but I have not given date here. Duplicate values also. Now I click this greater than. Then this page will come. This page is asking you what number greater than. By default 73 it is showing. I'll remove it. I'll put 90. Okay. I wanted this with a dark red color. Okay, fine. See here, only one student. 100. Only one student is having more than 90. If I change this 76 as 95, automatically that also will change. See here. Because I give a condition here. I will change this 71 as 91. When it is going more than 90, it changes. This 72, I will make it 70. You see whether it is changing? No, it is not changing because it is not coming in that category. You got it? So this is the way you can do. Similarly, if you want to, you select this. If you want to find how many of them have failed. Failed means 0 to 30. Okay? I don't want less than. I'll go for between. Anything I can select. I'll go for between. Between means for 0 to 30. 35 is a pass marks. 0 to 35. And I change this with different color. I go with the yellow color. I'll go with the yellow color. See? How many are there? Nobody is there. Nobody is having less than 30. I'll change this as 29 now. See here. We will have yellow color. This 69, I'll make it as 10. Yes, color has changed. So this is the way you can do greater than, less than also you can do, between you can do, equal you can do, text contains. Now text contains means these are all numbers. These are all not text. Text is here, Tamil, additional English here. So I will select this values, then I'll go to condition formatting, highlights, text that contains Tamil is showing. No, I will take it as additional English. EXCEL. By default, only one showing. See here. English is one. If I change this as additional English, automatically that also will change. This is about what I am talking here, all the things. Now I'll come to this top. I'll clear the rules. There is option clear rules. Clear rules from the selected cells. I will select all pages. I don't want that. Select, clear, clear. Okay. Now I'm talking about the second one. Top bottom rules. I want to know top 10% students, top 20% students, top 30% students, below 10% students, all those things. Now let me go for top 10%. Top 10%. So I will select based on this. I have to select now. So select this first. Go here. Top 10%. Only one because I have total 12 students. Got it, students? I have only 12 students. So 10% of 12 is what? 1.2 or 1 student. If I increase 20%, see, I can increase. See, now one more has come. 2, 3 has come. I increase it to 26%. So 3 values. So these are the top 3 students. Like that, I can do any kind of top average. You see, I clear the rules first. Or else it will confuse you. Now you see. What is the average of these students? You tell me. You can see it down here. Can you see here? Average 63. Average 63. Now I wanted to know total here above average, more than average. Okay, now selected. Now select. Okay. And select. Go here. More than average. See. More than 63. How many are there? 69, 66, 95, 100, 70, 91, 46 is not more than 63, 10, 29, 50. So they are the less than average. So if you have huge numbers, it will be more useful for you. Okay? Now, one more thing. I will clear this. Clear those. Where is it? Yeah. Now, here, like that data bars. So like that also see here. If I click this data, you can see. If it is 100, it's clearing. You might have seen in this English newspaper and all today and week, trend line. So they they show these kind of data bars and all, or else like this also sometimes you can see. Okay. Select this, go here,
நான்
clear
ஃபோன்
rows,
பண்ணியிருக்கேன் பாருங்க,
then
ஃபோன்
come
பண்ணியிருக்கேன்
here,
பாருங்க.
again data bars, color
WhatsApp ல.
scale, see like this, different colors. You see the margins and all, they show data like this only. Or this icon set is also like this. It is going in a share market and all, they show that whether it is going upward trend, downward trend, all those things by showing this arrow mark you can show. Or this mobile internet level, how much it is, no, that also based on that you can show the weightage of the each value set. Okay. Now, apart from that, I want to teach you one more thing here. I'll clear the rows first. Fine. You are not happy with the tools what it is showing in the conditional formatting. You want to create your own rule. How to do that? Manage rules. See here. Manage rules. Manage rules. Clicking that you can make out. Suppose see here, I want my HOD, my principal is telling me, tell me how many of the students are having less than 35 marks in individual subjects. In individual subjects, how many students have got marks less than 35? How many students failed? So what I do is, I'll select this entire cell. Till now I was telling you single cell. Now I'm selecting entire cell. You can do for single cell also. I am going with the manage rule. See, this is manage rule. Now new rule. I'm creating my own rule here. Format only cells that contain which value. For that I have to give the value. For example, now I want to select two cells here. I select two cells here. One is this, one is this. Okay. Now this is my field, no, 0, and this is my 35. Upper limit and lower limit I have fixed it. Okay. Now in this I have to check how many are having in between 0 to 35. That means they are failed. Okay. Now you select that many cells and go to conditional formatting, manage rules, new rule. I'm going slowly. Select that entire cell, go to conditional formatting, manage rules. Now new rule. Now format only cell that contain. Can you see the second line, students? Format only. You have to format. You have to color it. Only cells that contain. So many other options are there using formula, so you can do cell value between means you don't give 0, you give the cell value, cell number, this between this and this. Okay. Now what color you want? Format, fill. I want something like turquoise. Okay. Apply. Okay. Now see here. Can you see that? One, that Kapil Dev is failed. Anil Kumble is failed. Virat Kohli is failed. Rahul Dravid is failed. And Gambhir is failed. So I can give the information. 4 students, 5 students failed. 5 students are having marks in individual subject less than 35. Now he will ask me, okay, tell me how many of them are having more than 90%. So what? I will just change the numbers here. See here, I am changing 90 and this I am making 100. See, automatically only those will be highlighted. And I say only 4 students are having in 4 subject more than 90. One is Anil Kumble in subject 4, Sunil Gavaskar in subject 2, Rahul Dravid in subject 3, and Jamala Srinath in subject 4. I can change the criteria here, everything will get to know. If I ask no, how many of them are first class? 60 to 100. 60 to 100. See, these many students are 60 to 100. You got it? So this is the easy way of doing a kind of data, conditional formatting. Okay. Now I'll clear all those things. So one more thing is about the filtering. You should learn about the filtering also. Suppose you want to show that filtering, you select the entire thing and go to this data and do this filter. Okay. Now, if you want to know that what is the Tamil, how many Tamil students are there? Unclick and click only Tamil, you get only Tamil students. You can say that Tamil students only 7 are there. Tamil students only 7 are there. Now, one more thing is, you don't want Tamil, you want to see how many Hindi students are there. Unclick Tamil, click Hindi, you will get to know only Hindi students are there. This I have selected upper. I'm supposed to select upper. I selected here. That's the reason. I'll show you once again. See here, I have to select from here. Okay, now I'll select from here all those filter. The data tab you can see filter. Now you see here, if you select Tamil, Hindi, only Hindi will be, nothing else will be visible. This is the way you can do the filtering also. Advanced filtering also there. You can give it a condition. Hindi with percentage of marks more than. So it takes more time. I won't touch it. Now, if I want to know that only Tamil. So only Tamil. So this is the filtering part basically. If you don't want filter, again you click it here, it will go. Now one more thing is sorting. I'm just see so many tabs are there. I'm not touching all the tabs. I'm touching only data because statistics is only with the data part. Data analysis, data validation, data science. You know that all those things. So data visualization, all. Okay. Now I want to teach you sorting. These numbers are not as per the alphabetical. I want to sort it. How do I do? I select all these values. I'll select this sorting. Okay. Now I want to sort according to the student's name. If you click this sort by student name, cell values, yes, cell values, A to Z alphabetically I want. Now you see Kapil Dev is there, 0.001 is there. Now it will automatically will change. Okay, see here. First Anil Kumble has come, then Gautam Gambhir, then Harbhajan Singh, then Javgar. It is adjusted. When you are adjusting this, automatically values are also adjusting. You got it? When you are adjusting this, if you want, no, I'll do one thing. See here, I'll just color it, then you'll understand. It's the old one. No? See, Virendra Singh, I'll put one some color. If it is not changing, all the numbers will go here and there. No, it won't happen. See, Gautam Gambhir, I'll put one different color. You can cross check it. And Sunil Gavaskar, I will put it. When Sunil Gavaskar is changing, the remaining values are also going to change. Okay, now you see, I'm selecting this entire cell. Okay, I wanted to sort it. Go to data, sort by student name, cell values A to Z. Sunil Gavaskar means all those values are also shifted. Now this is in the sorting form. Okay, sorting form. So you learn from filtering, condition formatting, sorting. Now we'll move on to data validation. Okay. Suppose name is given. College wanted to know that whether the students have completed their vaccination or not. So some students will write their own semester. Some people will write like this, second sem. Some will write second sem. Others will write second semester. Third will write like this, second sem. Fourth will write there in the first year. If I say which course you are doing, which semester, which course, so they write first year. So I don't want this kind of all confusion and all. I want to keep the proper format to them. So what I do is in this semester, it is not very there, I delete, insert, semester. Okay, now see here, I'm doing the drop down here. Select this entire column. Go to this data. Here, no, can you see this one? Next to text to columns here, data validation. Click this data validation. list. I want to give list. What are the list? I want to give first sem, comma, third sem, comma, fifth sem. They have to write among these only. They cannot write anything else. Okay? Now see, only these three has come. They have to write their own. They have to write either first sem. They need not write. They can click directly. First sem. If you come here, second, okay, fifth sem. If you write something else, no, you see that if I am writing a 5 sem, it will tell you, see, the value doesn't match the data validation restrictions defined for this cell. It won't allow you to go further. It will ask you to write the proper thing. Okay, even semester course also, you can do the same thing, BBA, BCom, something like that. Vaccination. Suppose I want to say, I can write here vaccination 1, that is also possible. Vaccination 1, vaccination 2. So many things are there to learn. It's very interesting. Okay. Now vaccination 2. Now here I want to students to write whether they completed vaccination 1 or vaccination 2. So go to data validation, then click here any value list. I want list source. You need not write. You select these two here. Need not write. Select that cells. Already you typed here. Now go. Now see pop-up has come. It will show you, yes, I have completed vaccination 1. I have completed vaccination 2. Yes, the student will click here. Yes, I have completed vaccination 1. Like that. So the format of the tables you create and give it to students, you get the problem. Okay. Now last one I want to tell about the Aadhaar card. Now when you're writing the Aadhaar card number, now sometimes the 12-digit number students will miss 1 or 2 digits or some problem happen. So we want to make sure students will write all the 12-digit number. So what we do is I select this, I go here, data validation, sorry. I click this data validation. What am I going to do? Now that Aadhaar card means what? It should have 12 digits. No? So I don't write any value. I will write text length. There should be 12. Maximum, minimum how many digits should be there? 12 digits. Maximum how many digits should be there? 12 digits. Okay? You know, okay. Before that, I want to give some people, they don't know why I'm not able to write properly. I want to give the input message and error message also. I can do that also. What is the input message? Title, information. What is the input message? Enter your Aadhaar number. That is the input message. And what is the wrong? If it is wrong means what error message should come? WRONG, wrong. Now you mention here, please enter 12-digit number. Please enter 12-digit number. 12-digit number. Please enter 12-digit number. Okay. Now see here, and my cursor is here. When I am bringing the cursor here, no, the information will come here. Enter your Aadhaar number. Okay, I will enter 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I am not writing 12 digit. Okay, I will finish. It's saying wrong. Please enter 12-digit number. Did you get it? If I write properly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, let me write properly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It will accept. See here, it is accepted. But it is showing more. You can go for this home and you can click this general number, or you can go for the text. Then it will show you the problem. 12-digit number it has to show. Like this. 12-digit number it should. You got it? Information. It is asking you. You enter some number. It won't say. It will say it is wrong. Click it. It is showing it is wrong. Then you have to enter the proper. This is the data validation. And You can also, I want to tell you about the protection. How can you protect? How can you protect your sheet? For example, here, protect this viewer. Protect sheet. You can protect your sheet by giving some password 1, 2, 3. Close it. 1, 2, 3. And you are passing this problem to others. This sheet to others. See now they cannot write anything. This sheet is protected. They cannot write. They can just view your Excel sheet. You should not have the fear. I sent my Excel sheet. He will make some changes now. No, or he can make the changes. If you protected, you know the password. No one can write anything. If I'm writing something, it will show you. No, it is not possible. So you should unprotect once again. Go here, unprotect. Write 1, 2, 3. Then only it is. See now it has come protect sheet. You can. You got it? Now, one more thing, see here. Now, I have these names. This is the latest 365 clear format. Now, this is the names you have. Come on. See, I will write only Anil here. Anil. I will use the same format. Now here what I am supposed to write only Gautam. I want only the starting Gautam or Harpati. I need not write. It will accept that. You do Control E. Yesterday I was telling you, see, automatically all the names have come. You have to press only Control E. Or else cut it. You want to write only the last name, Kumble. Kumble. Okay. Now keep the cursor in the second line. Control E. Control E. See, all the second name has come. Gambhir Singh, Srinath. The last name has come. This is what I can tell flash fill. We call it as flash fill. Autofill, you know, this is about the flash fill. Then copy. Suppose see here, I have these names here. One more sheet I create. I have some other these things are there. Control C. Okay, I have this here. I want the sheet 2 and sheet 3 to be in one sheet only. Since it is only 2, you can copy paste. But you just imagine if you have so many sheets, you can have n number of sheets in workbook. Okay, that to be copied in single sheet means you create one more sheet, call this as final. Is the final sheet. Is the final sheet. Now go to the sheet 2 that you have to copy. No, that you have to copy. Now click this copy clipboard. Click this clipboard. 1 minute. Clear all. It's already copied. No, that's fine. Okay, now you select this. Control C. Now go to one more sheet where it is. Sheet 3. I'll copy this also. Control C. Okay. Now I want both the things to be copied in the final one. Go here and do paste all. Both the things are done in one way. So this is what clipboard will help you. This is what clipboard will help you. Okay. So this is all about I wanted to convey. So many sorting is there. Advanced sorting is there. So I'll clear this one. Students, now it is left to you. You people should ask me questions. I have done some 2 hours. I was also talking. Now you ask me questions. Any questions based on this? Did you understand anything in 2 days?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts? Anything you want me to say? Any other doubts you have? Yes, you please let me know.
Students, if you have any queries, please ask, ma'am.
either